Hey, sorry guys. I was watching NFL Red Zone. The broom. Yeah. I mean, I guess we sweeped again. Back-to-back sweeps for the boy yesterday. Let's go ahead and recap it. We always recap it whether we do good or bad. So the lock of the day yesterday was Tobias Harris over 1.5 threes. That was a no sweater. Finally had a no sweater on the channel. I think he had 2 in the first half. Ended up finishing with like 3. No sweat on that Tobias Harris line. I couldn't believe that line was out there. I jumped on it as soon as I could. Klay Thompson, under 16.5 points. I think he finished with 11, even though they went into overtime. Just never got going offensively. Bad shooting night. Didn't play a lot of minutes as I anticipated for Klay Thompson. And I think he only hit 1 3, or maybe 2 if I'm not mistaken. So something about that, the Charlotte Hornets is stopping shooting guards from shooting threes is kind of crazy. And the play of the night, Giannis Antetokounmpo over 33.5 points. He has 4 at the half. I wrote it dead off. I was like, there's no way Giannis scores 30 in the second half because he can't shoot threes. So he's not going to, it's easy for a guy like Trae Young or like Anthony Simons or like, a sharpshooter to hit in the second half because they can hit threes. Giannis doesn't shoot threes. Late in the game, they started doing hack a Giannis and they started just fouling him. So he started shooting just a bunch of free throws. Then at the end of the game, as you guys saw at the beginning of the video, Drew Holiday strips Trae Young, throws it up to Giannis. Giannis thought about it, then went down the lane and dunked it for his points to hit. 34 for Giannis. The most incredible hit I've probably ever had in my life. He had 4 at the half. He had a 30-point second half to go over yesterday. Shouldn't have hit that one. Hey, but I'll take the W as it is. A win is a win, man. So back-to-back sweeps. We're on a nice little 7-1 stretch. We are right now, or 8-1 stretch, excuse me. So we're red hot right now. Got 3 picks for you today, so let's get right into it, man. Real quick, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy, in the link down in the description below, I have a link that takes you straight to the App Store where you can download Underdog Fantasy because you're going to want to hop in on the action this year. They have added a whole bunch of new features to Underdog Fantasy this year, starting with the brand new insurance feature, okay? This insurance feature is a new thing that has been super requested for the fans and the customers of Underdog Fantasy. Essentially, all you do is you click insurance right here. And if you can see right there, all you have to do is hit 4 of these picks to win, but the value does drop down. So if you turn off the insurance, you do a $10 bet, you obviously get $200. And if you turn on the insurance feature, it drops down a multiplier down to 10. But if you miss one of these picks, say, Jameis Winston gets hurt or something, he doesn't end up throwing 2 touchdown passes. But everybody else hits like Lamar, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, and Justin Jefferson. All these guys hit. You still hit the slip. You just get it for $100. It just goes down a multiplier, which is a huge feature a lot of people have been asking for, so they received it. Also, they have added second half lines now to games. Obviously, it is on. There is nothing up because there's no NFL second half games, but they have added NFL second half. So just like for the Thursday night game, I'll throw up that clip right here. Thursday night, they dropped all the second half lines for that Thursday night game between the Bills and the Rams. They've added a bunch of new features this year. They're trying to improve to get the app better for you guys. Also, when you sign up, if you use code TAKEMYSHOT, you'll get $100 match, up to $100 match and 100% deposit match on your first time deposit. So if you do that, you can deposit $50, you get an extra $50, $20, you get an extra $20. Whole lot of stuff coming in with Underdog Fantasy this year. Make sure you sign up with code TAKEMYSHOT. Now let's get to today's picks. All right, coming in hot with today's lock of the day. Now, rarely do I ever do this. I don't have numbers, like hard statistical numbers to back up this pick today. I'm just going to go with this pick because I think it's going to be a massive matchup problem for this team. Give me Paolo Banchero over 22.5 points. Now, like I said, I just think it's a matchup problem. The Magic are going to be so much bigger than the Mavericks. The Mavericks don't have the height to match up with this team. So I think Wendell might have a good rebounding night, and I think Paolo's going to be the main source of offense tonight versus this Mavericks team. Now, when you're looking at it, Dallas is coming off of a back-to-back, okay? And they just went to overtime last night with the Thunder. So on top of the fact they're playing back-to-back nights, they went to overtime last night. This game will be a lot closer than I think the books anticipate this game to be because of that back-to-back fatigue as well as going to overtime last night. Magic coming in with a little bit more fresh legs. Give me this game to be a little bit closer probably than it will be. And I think Paolo Banchero is going to lead the way offensively for the Magic here tonight. He has been obviously through his first couple of games in the NBA. He's on like a 6-game streak of over 20 points per game, something like that. Crazy stat there for a rookie. But I just think they don't have anybody to match up with him. The starting center, obviously, which I think is Dwight Powell right now because JaVale McGee was out last night, is going to be Wendell Carter on Dwight Powell. So I don't know who they're going to put. Dorian Finney-Smith is way too small to guard Paolo Banchero. So this doesn't have the numbers to back it up. The one matchup they haven't really matched up this year against a good power forward. And the one that they did, it was Kevin Durant, and he dropped 37. So not saying Paolo Banchero's going to drop 37, but I think he's going to have a big night. So give me Paolo Banchero over 22.5 points. All right, next two picks do have numbers, a lot of numbers to back them up. So we're going to go ahead over to the Rockets versus Houston game, or Rockets versus Suns game. Give me Kevin Porter Jr., KPJ. Big fan of this guy personally, but not today. Under 5.5 assists for us today. He's taking on the Suns, who are the #1 defense in the NBA at allowing the least amount of assists to point guards. They have played 5 games this year, have the Suns, and they have only allowed Luka and Steph to go over 5.5 assists. The other 3 that they faced went well under. So obviously Steph and Luka are both 2 top 5 passers in the NBA. So and a little bit different skill level than Kevin Porter Jr. is. They're only allowing 4.4 assists per game to starting point guards through the first 5 games of the season for the Suns. So well under that 6 average that he needs to, or that 6 line he needs to get to today. As far as how he has fared this season, he's gone under 4 times and gone over twice, and in both those games, I think he had 7 in both those games. So nothing too crazy ridiculous. He's averaging 5.1 in the year, so still under the 6-point average or the 6 line that he needs to get to. The other thing that I really liked about this line is that the Rockets are 1-5 against the spread this year, which means, obviously the books are expecting them to lose pretty bad, and they are losing pretty bad. The only one time they covered was when they just straight up won the game. So I'm liking the chances for this game to probably get out of hand, as well as the fact that the Suns have great defense against point guards and allowing assists. So give me Kevin Porter Jr. today, under 5.5 assists. All right, boys, and our last play of the day is going to be coming from the Cavs game. Give me Evan Mobley over 7.5 rebounds today in his matchup. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably off rip going to be like, whoa, Evan Mobley hasn't even hit his line. He's only hit his line once this year. Don't worry about it. He's kind of faced some tough rebound matchups like the Celtics and stuff like that. So don't worry about that too much, okay? He has played the next 2 times in his career, and both those times that he played him, he had 9 rebounds and 12 rebounds. So went over that 7-point rebound line that he needs to get. And the Knicks allow the 4th most rebounds per game to power forwards in the NBA. The starting power forwards that they're playing have gone over 4 out of 5 games. So only one guy did not get to that 7 or that 8 rebound line that he needs to get to. And the starting power forwards that they are playing are averaging 9.8 rebounds versus them. So 10 rebounds versus this Knicks defense. And the one guy that didn't hit was Bojan Bogdanovic, if you could technically call him the power forward. I would have listed him as the power forward in that lineup. Him and Sadiq Bey are both 6'8", so I just went and called Bojan the starting power forward in that lineup. So he only had 4, so that's the only guy that didn't hit. Obviously not a rebound heavy guy. Is much more on the perimeter is Bojan. So liking the chances for Evan Mobley to finally have a big breakout game. I think in his last game he did have 10 rebounds. Let me double check. He did. He had 10 rebounds versus Boston. So even though that was a tougher rebound matchup for him, he did end up getting that one. So give me Evan Mobley today over 7.5 rebounds. That's our last play of the day. All right, and with that being said, guys, the perfect 3-slip is the lock of the day, Paolo Banchero over 22.5 points versus the Mavericks. Give me Evan Mobley over 7.5 rebounds, and give me KPJ under 5.5 assists versus that stingy Suns defense. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you guys for all the love and success we've had the last 2 days. Obviously, like I talk about all the time, we have a lot of highs, a lot of lows. Right now, we're on a 7-1 heater, if I'm not mistaken. We are absolutely on fire right now with the NBA. We actually have had 3 straight sweeps. We had our Thursday night sweep, we had yesterday's sweep, and the day before that sweep. So we've actually had a sweep in 3 straight days, which I think is the longest streak I've ever had. We're trying to make it 4. We're trying to make it 4 straight here. So thank you again, guys, for the support, and I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.